Welcome to the video. We are going to be doing a channeled message today. Happy Venus Day. If you don't know, Friday is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, romance. It doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. It can be the romance you have with yourself and just your attraction to beauty and to art and just the things that kind of draw you, that magnetize you or attract you or pull you in. So not necessarily always relating to romance. So make sure that you're taking the time to love and appreciate yourself today, and love and appreciate the universe and your guides, your sacred practice, whatever it is that you do. Today's a day to move slow and to treat yourself with grace. So let's just see what card came out. We're going to see what we're going to be talking about here. If you have found this video, it's for you, okay? There's no reason to question it. That's your confirmation. We do have Page of Wands. There's something here where I'm getting, you feel like a fish out of water. Like this is something so new to you. I'm also seeing in The Little Mermaid when she first gets her feet, and it's like a whole new world. You kind of feel out of place. And I'm getting rags to riches or Cinderella, like being plucked out of one scenario and placed in another, and you haven't quite found your footing yet, even though you're excited to be wherever it is that you are. I am also getting Princess and the Pauper, so maybe Barbie is significant. Yes, this came in really, really quickly for you, and you even though you're excited, it feels a little all too new, all too unfamiliar. And you're really being called to find your footing, and it will take you a little bit of time. So I think this wants to be talked about. We have Wheel of Fortune. Yes, whatever this is, whatever this jump that has happened within your reality, wherever you are now, even though you feel out of place, maybe you feel a little bit of imposter syndrome, even though you feel like I'm getting uncomfortable being in your own skin, and I'm even saying like maybe you're wearing new clothes and the bed you're sleeping in is different and everything is just so new that you feel a little uncomfortable. But know that wherever you are now is meant for you. The old reality wasn't meant for you. And yes, you got comfortable there, but just because you had some sort of comfort doesn't necessarily mean that was for you. Wherever you are now, you're in the right place at the right time, which has been coming up a lot. Yes, even though you might feel uncomfy or awkward or just, like the new kid on the block, there's a big sense of newness for this collective. There's a fresh start, a fresh reality. And maybe, it's almost like you're in your head thinking that everyone notices. Like, well, for example, it's like you're wearing a new pair, say you're wearing high heels and you're owning it. Like you're walking with grace, you're walking with confidence, but because you never wear high heels usually, you're wondering if everyone's looking at you thinking like, oh my gosh, why is she wearing those? But they have no idea who you used to be. In this place where you've been plucked, they don't know that you don't belong there or this is different or new for you. They think, you fit the part. You're an energetic match. If you weren't an energetic match, you wouldn't be in this new timeline or situation. So you're kind of getting in your head or worried about how you're being perceived or seen by these people, these new people who are now in your orbit. But they haven't picked up on anything. They don't think anything. It makes sense. You being wherever you are, yes, you have imposter syndrome, but you being there makes sense. Okay? It's not confusing for anyone but you, simply because you've never experienced this level of joy before. You've never experienced this level of ease and comfortability. Yes. Okay. You feel kind of childlike, like you feel like a beginner, but you need to remember that the reason why this has happened, the reason why you have been plucked and plopped somewhere else is because of your intelligence. You have completely called this in with the power of your own mind, and even though you might not have practical experience, your mind has been here already, okay? I'm seeing like you. And maybe you're getting feelings of deja vu. Maybe you feel you've had a dream of this moment. So even though your physical body has not been here before, know that your spirit, your mind, maybe within past lives, you've been here before. So yes, you know exactly what you're meant to do. you have the intelligence to assimilate to this new reality. And with the swords, I am picking up on air, and air is very adaptable, okay? So you have a big strength of adaptability. You can adapt to any situation, like, and I just see you get along with so many different types of people. You can relate on a real deep way to people of all different types of walks of life. So maybe the group that you're in now, you're not used to these sorts of people, but you're smart enough to figure out a way to connect or relate to them. And I think once you look within yourself, you'll find that you are very similar to these people. And I think it's maybe you've been very harsh on yourself. You know, the King of Swords here, he has this sort of coldness. So there is a sort of coldness in how you've thought about yourself in the past. And now you're like, because of this circle that, and it's almost like you're seeing these people, this new group of people that you've found yourself in the midst of, and you're seeing so many good qualities. Like, these are like, you're just in awe or enchanted by the people that you're around, the people in your circle now. And it feels like you've completely up-leveled, like you've never known people like this before. People who have vision and goals and intelligence. Like, that's, I mean, with this, it's a big, your intellect is what has brought you here. So you're seeing these people, and eventually you're going to realize that the only reason why you could possibly be in rooms like this is you have to be as big as these people. Like, you have to be an energetic match to be in the same rooms as these people. So know that something within you has brought you here. It's not random chance. Yes, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and that kind of has a sense of, you know, almost like random luck, but you kind of have called this Wheel of Fortune transition in by your mind and the internal work. I see, like, your thought process is so much magic. Like, your thought process is part of your beauty, how you think about the world, how you perceive the world, the questions you ask is your magic, and that's what's brought you here. So know that even though you might be feeling imposter syndrome, you are absolutely where you are meant to be, and you're qualified, okay? I'm hearing you're qualified so audibly. You're super qualified for whatever this chapter is. We have a lot of cards coming out for you, and it's going to feel like, you know, you're going to be plopped into this reality, and then your spirit team, the universe, will give you a little bit of a moment to have and I'm feeling like a fish out of water. There's a sort of beauty to that. So do not rush that phase of the journey. There's something like, it's kind of, I'm getting when Harry Potter first gets to Hogwarts and everything is so new and exciting, and also, which I know, like, the capital is not a good thing, but when Katniss and Peeta first get to the capital and they're like in these fancy showers and stuff, you're not supposed to rush that part where everything feels new, and that's like, yeah, don't rush that part, and your spirit team in the universe is going to give you a moment to settle in and kind of, with this King of Swords, come to terms with your new reality. So you will have a moment, but then it will be very quick. Like, once you have been picked up and plopped and you had your moment to assimilate to the environment, things will start come rushing in. I don't think that was good grammar. There's something, whenever my words start to get mixed up, I feel like it's just showing the intensity and the speed with which the manifestations are going to be coming in. Let's see what these, yeah. Okay, Eight of Wands. I love being proved right. That's exactly what we were just speaking about. There's going to be a brief pause, and you will then have things coming in very, very quickly, okay? Ooh, so we actually have Eight of Wands and Eight of Swords. So, yeah. I feel like this Eight of Swords, with her being bound like this, that is kind of relating to that moment to get your wits about you. This is almost like you've wrapped yourself up to get your wits about you and figure out how you're going to move in this next chapter. But I see that this phase is not going to be very long. You will be... And I see, just because and your environment has such a strong impact on your habits, your thoughts, your beliefs. And, you know, we hear that if we want to make a huge, significant change within ourselves, break huge habits, changing your environment is the best way to cause a drastic shift. So it's like you've changed your environment, and you've taken a moment to get your wits about you. You know, with this Eight of Swords, you've kind of like You're a little bit closed off, you're a little bit shy, you're not ready to interact with this new paradigm. It's like, I'm also seeing video games and like I don't know what it's called because I don't play video games, but like it's like role-playing video games and open world video games. And if it's a game you've never played before, it's going to take you a moment to figure out the buttons, the different functions and actions of how this open world game works. So, but I see this, it won't take you long, okay? Because you're in this new environment, getting your wits about you will happen very, very quickly. Let's see, we have 2 cards on the ground. I have a feeling that these cards are going to represent what's going to be coming in once you're in this new environment. Okay. Yes. You're going to have to balance. And that's, I feel like, I mean, I don't believe in the too much of a good thing is a bad thing. I don't believe in that. But it's like there's going to be such an overwhelming amount of, like, your manifestations are going to be so huge and big. And you're going to need to balance. And there's a renewal of what it's almost, okay. I'm sorry, it's taking me a moment to get there. What's going to be happening, what's going to be rushing in with this new environment, it's like you're going to see how the world actually operates, okay? You're in these new rooms, these different spaces, these different circles, and when you see how life operates for these people that you're around, it's going to be an outward reflection of the truth that your previous paradigm or your previous belief system was not quite right, okay? There is something out of balance with it. It's like you thought the world worked one way, but you're seeing that it operates very differently. So now you have to decide what you're going to do with that information, how you're going to use it. Is there going to be some sort of alchemical rebalancing that you're going to do? It's like you being in this circle is opening your mind, changing your perspective. You're asking new questions. Again, remember, you have this gift of asking the right questions. And I almost see the people that you're around are almost mentors to you, right? They're living lives that you want to be living, and you're in these circles with them and you're utilizing it. You're using it as an opportunity to ask the right questions, and because of that, you're having a paradigm shift and your beliefs are changing. And now that you know how life actually works, you have to come up with almost a new plan. It's like you're manifesting all of the things that the younger version of you thought that they wanted. But once you get all of these, that's not the end of the road. It's actually just the beginning, because it's almost like all these material things you thought that you needed to be happy, or you thought were like your dream, you're going to get them and realize, oh, this is just the beginning. And if I'm capable of doing this, what else am I capable of doing? So it's like, yeah, there's also, with it being Venus Day, I was picking up on a strong sense of desire. So it's like you're learning more about yourself and what it is you truly desire by getting all of the things you thought you desired and realizing that there's more that you want. And I'm hearing the song Never Enough that's on The Greatest Showman. So, and there's nothing wrong with that like we're meant to grow, we're meant to evolve. And I see you have a lot of life left to live, okay? And even though like your dream life is coming in, you're being plopped into this new reality. It's just the beginning, and there's so much more that you can create and do, especially with the wisdom that's coming through this, because it's like you're seeing how magic and energy and transmutation and alchemy, you're seeing how it actually works. And now it's like through experimentation, and through having your experiment pay off and actually work, you have vital information to do something even bigger, okay? And it makes me really curious about what this is that you're going to do. If this is the first time you've came across my page, my videos, we're going to thank the algorithm for working its magic. I am so happy you're here. My name is Ava Alana. I'm a spiritual advisor and consultant, and I actually help people work through blocks that they have reaching their highest timeline, their big dreams, their big visions. And I use tools like tarot and astrology, but practically how we can actually use these tools in our day-to-day life to overcome blocks. Okay, so if that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, if you've, you know, tried to problem solve, you've done all the logical things, then I would love to help you with the spiritual side or the energetic side of your dreams, goals, and aspirations. So if that sounds interesting, you can check out the link in my description box. It's stanstore/Ava Alana. And if this resonates and you're here, just do your equal energetic exchange part and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm so happy you're here. Let's see what these two cards have for us. The Sun and Four of Swords. This just, again, to me feels like how we were talking about that King of Swords, you doing a lot of work internally within your own mind. I see you've almost been laid to rest, and there's something with you coming into this new reality. You obviously have to let the old reality die, but with this Four of Swords, it's like you're being put into hibernation to shed the old skin, and then now this true self is going to be able to emerge, because the Sun is relating to the self. It also is blessings, positivity. It makes all the other cards in the reading positive, auspicious. So a beautiful thing for that to come out. But yes, I do think you're shedding your old skin here and you're emerging the brightest possible version. And also you haven't gotten to be this authentic expression of yourself before like this. You've had little glimmers and you've had moments where you felt like you were being really unblocked and clear and potent in your energy and how you were relating to the world, but you haven't experienced yourself like this before. And I see this new environment is giving you the perfect place to let your truest self out. And it's like soul embodiment. It's like who you are on the deepest parts of you is finally able to come out and emerge because you really shed and let go of the old skin. And I see, again, this is a lot of work you've done within your thoughts and with your mind. So I just want to congratulate you for how well you are doing. I do think there's going to be, with this positivity, I think it's just going to be a bit of a relief, you know, with that Sun and then the Four of Swords. It's this, once you get plopped, it's almost like that little period in the beginning when you're finding your footing is also your moment to have a sigh of relief, because it's like, oh, that's what all the hard work was for. And you're going to be seeing why you're suffering. And I don't think anyone is meant to suffer, and I never want to minimize that, and life is completely unfair and we're never going to spiritually bypass that. But it's like you're going to see that your suffering at least created something beautiful. Even though it shouldn't have happened or it sucks that it happened, you are seeing how you were able to take that really horrible, yucky energy and transmute it into something bright and beautiful and positive. Yes, everything is just potential energy, and it's like you really have learned how to take all your hardship and heartbreak is what I wanted to say them both. You're learning how to take the energy of those things, especially because they've been so potent and strong in your life, and you're turning it into light, into sunlight. Yes, we have the High Priestess. You are a divine being, okay? You are a deeply, deeply powerful person, and this is going to be evidence that following your intuition works. I'm hearing the little baby song that says, when they ask me how it happened, I just tell them God works. And that's, in this new, I almost see people like looking to you as this. The High Priestess has this power behind her, right? She has this kind of authority and respect that she demands simply by her presence. You know, she enters the room and she doesn't have to say anything. And in this new environment, this new reality, wherever you're being plopped, it's very clear that you're going to be walking differently and you're going to be talking differently. You're going to be moving as if you have a clear, straight access to the divine. And I think it's just proving this to yourself, the things that you have always known. And I want you to think about the things that you know about yourself, okay? And not the things that come from a place of worry or anxiety or other people's projections. I really hope that, I think they're like leaf blowing. I hope that's not too loud for you guys, but yes, I want you to reflect on the things you think about yourself that come from as clear a place as you can summon. And think about those things and just know and hold on to the fact that those things are true and they're about to be proven true. So maybe in the past you thought maybe you felt like you had a God complex or you had a little bit of an ego on you, but thinking beautiful things about yourself is not necessarily always ego. Sometimes it's true, and sometimes it comes from a place of heart and soul, because you are a beautiful being, okay? You're a divine being. So I want you to think about those things and just know that in this new reality, all those things are going to be proven right. I'm just hearing you're going to be proven correct. Okay, I need a drink of my tea. I'm hearing put some respect on my name with that High Priestess. I just see people wanting to get behind whatever it is that you're doing. Like you're going to have such a presence about you that they're going to want to be on your team, on your side. It's like when there's a powerful witch, she has this presence about her where it's like you cannot mess with her. And people are going to be a little bit afraid to mess with you because they know bad things come to people who mess with you, and that's not something to shy away from in yourself. It shows that there are very powerful beings who are backing you and who are down to fight for you and to fight for your reputation. It's like people need to recognize, okay, who you are, because you are such a lovely person, and I think people have kind of tried to talk down on you or to make up stories or lies about you that were not from a place of truth. And in this new reality, people are going to see, oh, we should not be talking about them anymore. It's like we should not be talking about them negatively anymore, because it will come back to bite them in the butt if they do. And this is not because of anything you're doing. It's simply because you're protected so strongly by very powerful beings, okay? So I'm not going to hold them all up because there's 4 and I have little hands, but you have the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and 5 of Swords. And it's interesting to me because Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot are right beside each other, and they have very different energies. Knight of Pentacles it's still movement, but it's one of the slowest moving cards, and it's the slow and steady wins the race. Knight of Pentacles moves with a level of grace, and they're not rushing. However, the Chariot moves with quite speed, and there's this idea of wrestling the 2 different horses, and maybe those 2 horses want to go in different directions, but you're kind of pulling the energy together and you're guiding it from there. So I do see this kind of dichotomy of different aspects of yourself. And on the one hand, the part of you that feels like you need to rush, you need to be the Chariot. The card we see close to that is 5 of Swords. So I see that in the past you always felt like that you were running out of time. There wasn't enough time to do the things that you felt divinely, intuitively inspired to do. So in this new timeline, this new reality, you're going to have a lot more pleasure and leisure in how you take action. And there won't be so much pressure to rush or to get things done within a certain deadline. I'm kind of seeing toxic productivity. I see that those are things you've struggled with and you're leaving that behind. And that's one of the big identity shifts that's happening, because maybe before I really identified with those things. Maybe you call yourself a procrastinator and you leave things till the last minute to do them because that's the only way to motivate yourself to do them. And all these things that you think are a part of who you are, but they are only a part of you because of the current environment that you're in. And I see in the new environment, you're going to see that you can do things from, especially the Lovers and Knight of Pentacles, it's really giving. I'm only doing something if it makes me feel like I'm in love with my life, okay? And I'm only doing something if it feels good for my body. Oh, my voice is getting really... I just think it's because I'm talking super fast in this video. There's definitely a speed. This is coming in very quick. I'm seeing, 7 days, maybe a few weeks, but this is coming in very, very quick for you. But yes, you're going to be moving with such, and you're only going to be taking action if it's out of alignment. And that's, I see in the past, you kind of would wear yourself down or burn yourself out doing a lot of actions that might not necessarily be in alignment or not be the right action to take, but you were so afraid that you were running out of time that you were like, well, if this is the right thing, I don't want to miss this opportunity. And that's, you always felt like you were going to miss out on something. I'm also picking up on like fear of missing out, FOMO. And in this new reality, in this identity shift that's happening, you're seeing that anything that is meant for you could never pass you by. And if your body is telling you no, you're feeling tired, you're even just feeling not in love with the day-to-day, you don't have to do those, okay? Because nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. You don't have to. There's like a ceasing of striving. You know, you're coming into a place where you really can just be content with existing and with being who you are. There's not this like trying to prove yourself or trying to, I also see just making a name for yourself or wanting to have something that you can show. You're going to see that who you are, the grace and the poise, right? The high priestess, who you are speaks enough. You don't have to do or even say anything to prove your worth. It's just your presence. It's the energy, the alchemy of the self, all the internal work you've done, that speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. And I'm just seeing like it is such a privilege to be able to sit in your presence, and this is something you're going to realize for the very first time, because again, it's like before you felt like you had to entertain or you had to please people, or your value in relationships and connections with other people was always dependent on what you could do for them. And now you're seeing like just getting my time, my energy, you know, even just a little essence of who I am. And that's, your essence is so delicious. Like I'm getting, I don't know why, but powdered sugar. There's something like or sprinkles, like even just a little taste of your essence. And maybe that's like the sprinkles are a small, it's like, here, you can have like a little, this is a little bit of me. People, that is such a blessing. Okay. I almost feel like there's something about your aura and your energy that feels like a baptism when people are around you. It's like literally just sitting beside you on like a sofa or a couch or maybe a love seat. Maybe there is a little bit of romance, but just being able to sit next to you, literally your energetic field, right? Your aura, just being, you're rebalancing other people, and it literally feels like a spiritual bath to be in your presence. Maybe you're a water sign or you have a water rising, so that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I am just saying, like, yeah, you're like a spiritual bath or like a breath of fresh air or like a drink of cool water, right? So there's something about you, like your presence nourishes people. Wow. You're a really cool person. I don't think that there is anything left here. I just want you to really know that, yes, you're being removed from a situation to be put in a situation that is a better fit for who you are. And because of this, you're going to see so much beauty in yourself that you've never seen before. And the relationship with yourself is going to deepen beyond recognition. Like, the way you used to relate to yourself, the thoughts you used to think about yourself is completely changing in this new timeline. And I'm so excited for you. If this resonates, please comment down below what's happening, what's going on with you. Save this video so you can check back to it later and see how your life has shifted, where you've been plopped and redirected to. And I wish you all the best. I'm so thankful you spent time with me. Have a beautiful day.